So hey guys, we are back with another video or a series called Talk with Pros. Here we have the Girlanda, the one and only who took TWT by his Katrina Storm and took knee Arsalan Ash on a round number. During that event, he is the one of the star, the top eight, the one of them Girlanda. So Girlanda, we are here to talk about your story, how you start your journey. I seriously want to know about because I'm your big fan. First of all, you are kind of a motivation for me. I almost lost the hope to play Tekken. First of all, at a competitive level, just because of my job. But once I heard your story, I said no, I'm gonna do it. No matter what, I'm gonna do it. I'm going to TWD one day and did what he did. To be very honest. So
Okay. Thank
seriously,
you
I
for
want
the
to know about
compliment.
your story. How did you start? Who supported it?
Okay, so basically, well, I played Tekken when I was a child. Like now, I'm 31 years old. Okay, when I was a child, I played Tekken 2 at my uncle's house. He had Tekken 2 on PlayStation 1, and I really loved the character and the graphic for the time. It was very good. So I loved to play the game, but of course, I was playing only versus computer, not competitively. I love Tekken 2, I love Tekken 3. Then I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so there is no arcade in Italy, okay? So we don't have arcade scene. You will not see something like in Pakistan or Korea or Japan where people play in arcades. No, in Italy it's just PlayStation, basically. I didn't have a PlayStation 2, so I didn't play Tekken 4 and 5. But I bought PlayStation 3 and to play online on Tekken 5 DR and Tekken 6. And on Tekken 6, I started to travel Europe. So it was 2009, 14 years ago. 14 years ago, I started my journey. Yeah, I started with Roger Jr. actually. My character was Roger Jr., Kangaroo. And in Tekken Tag 2, in Tekken 6, I was okay in Italy, but not very strong. But maybe in Italy I could reach top 8 sometimes, but never more than that. I wasn't that good. In Tekken Tag 2, Tishimon came to Italy, which Tishimon is a very strong Japanese player, okay? Marduk and Master Raven player, Tishimon from Japan. He came to live to Italy and near me, and then we became very close friends, and he trained me a lot. So with Tekken Tag 2, I started to have good results in Italy. I was using Roger Alex or Garyu JC. And then when Tekken 7 came out, I had new characters. Every single character I used was not in Tekken 7. So what I did is, okay, I watched a lot of videos. At the time, I did not. At the time, I was working for a lawyer, okay, as a stagist. But then some mornings they were very empty. So what I did was watching a lot of videos about Tekken 7 Vanilla because I didn't have a character. I needed to choose a new character. I saw nobody was caring about Katarina. I say, okay, I will use her because she looks kind of easy and nobody talk about her. Nobody seems. There isn't a character specialist famous for Katarina, so I will become a Katarina player. And then yeah, that's how I started. In Tekken 7, I traveled a lot. I had my first sponsor. Now I don't have a sponsor, but when I started Tekken 7, I had a sponsor that called it Hell Gaming. They actually helped me to travel for the first TWT in Europe. And I actually got second in a master event in Barcelona in the first year in season 1. I lost to Gura, which is a Korean Lily player, but I beat Tishimo, so I was very happy. And then in 2018, actually, I changed my sponsor with a bigger team called XC, and I did kind of okay over the year. I went to Japan, to EVO Japan, and I reached top 32 there, and I beat Chikurin, so I was happy because I could beat strong players. And then for the rest of the year, I didn't do much, but then there was the last chance, and I won the first last chance in the TWT finals in Amsterdam. It was 2018. Then I came 9th place in finals overall, but it was very happy. And then 2019 started with a bang because nobody knew about Pakistan basically. And 2019 was the year first match. It came and we knew Japan and then we knew EVO. And and everybody in Europe started to realize we never played Tekken 7 in the real way. Like Pakistan was like it is like it is like, do you watch Dragon Ball? It's like it's just like when Radish arrived in Dragon Ball, and Goku thought he was very strong and it was nothing. So Pakistan was like that for the Tekken World in 2019, and yeah, from there I played a little. Then COVID hit. I lost my sponsors and I became father. I started to work very hard. I moved to Bulgaria from Italy because I'm Italian, but I moved to Bulgaria. And basically, I kept playing Tekken only from home online, and yeah. And then last year there was the TWT was split into regions. We resumed to have offline events. I won the Dojo Prime of my region, which was in Greece, in Athens. And then I won the online finals versus Fran, which is a Korean Anna player, but he lives in Hungary, so he was European. So I qualified for the finals this year. And the finals were again in Amsterdam, which was a place that I really loved because it's where I won the last in 2018. And so yeah, and then it happened. I did very, very good, and I'm very proud of it. At some point, in the moment I passed the group, I was thinking I could actually win it all at that point. So when I arrived fourth, I was happy, but not too happy because I truly believed before joining the finals, I didn't believe I could do it. But when I passed the group stage, I could think I could win it all, and that's it. So leaving fourth place is okay, but I wish I arrived first. I wish I was a thief in that sense. But I was very happy won because it showed it was by far the strongest in the.
And there are two sensational players who is playing Tekken in almost his whole life. I can say it's all life. You can they are giving it time almost a kind of a 15 hours per day, 12 hours per day, and you told us according to your stories that you almost give midnight 2 or 3 hours. What you did in that period? What kind of training regimen you are on? I really want to know about that.
Sorry, could you repeat the last part of the question?
I really know about the training routine. The routine.
My training routine. Okay, so for the finals, it was very different. The reason is, for the finals, you knew the other players in the tournament. So I studied videos of everybody that I could find online to see how they play. My routine is watching videos more than actually playing. Because watching videos is something you can do everywhere. You don't need a computer, you can do it from mobile phone. So, for example, am I in the bus? I can watch Tekken. Am I taking lunch break at office? I can watch Tekken. I don't know, I'm bored? I can watch Tekken. Am I outside with my daughter and she's playing in the park and she's safe? I can watch Tekken. So, watching videos is 90% of the job for me, and for practicing actually, because then I've always been very good even at school. Just I hear one thing once and I remember. So I always had this even when I was a student.
It's a God gift.
I'm lucky in that sense. I'm kind of gifted, and so I watched something one time and I remember it, and these help a lot to develop. To watch videos for me, because I watch videos and I instantly realize, okay, this guy likes to do this, or like to find habits of my opponent. In fact, apart me, the only two guys I lost to are Chikurin and Jeonding, because they qualified for last chance, so I didn't watch their videos before the tournament. The others, I watched everybody videos, so I knew what they were strong or not strong. But Jeonding and Chikurin, because I lost to Chikurin in the group stage and I lost to Jeonding in the loser bracket, and they qualified for last chance, so I didn't watch their recent videos. I didn't prepare for them because I could not imagine you have to prepare for everybody in the last chance bracket. There were 300 players. I cannot watch.
You seriously saying you took everybody by watching their videos, studying their gameplays, plus imagining the stuff they are gonna do that, so I have to do this.
Yeah, no, like it's something that you can do for like for the finals, because you have like 20 people, but for example, if you go to a normal tournament, you go to EVO, Japan. For EVO, there are 1,000 players.
I seriously
You
want to
cannot do
know
that. You
about
can
that.
maybe study your opponent in the pool, but you know them maybe 1 week before. You don't have the time, so it's hard. Like for open tournaments, it's better to practice versus the characters, I believe. So practice mode, and then watch videos, but watch videos to study the character and not play against characters, or then watch how to play against the player. That's two different things. And then for invitationals like finals where you know what you're facing, then it's way better to study the player and not the character in that case. I don't know if it makes sense to you.
Okay, so that's how you prepare for the TWT and other stuff.
Yes.
Okay. So
And then playing is just, honestly, I'm in Bulgaria and we don't have offline here, so I play online. I play practice mode or online. That's it.
that's good.
Sort of what we do, but we here we have arcade culture more than we play online because the internet, to be very honest, sucks here most of the time. So
I think in Europe we're kind of lucky that lately connections improved a lot, and Bulgaria actually has very good connection and kind of cheap compared also to other countries. But for Pakistan, like, you guys have very strong offline scene. You have a lot of players. Like, if I want to find somebody, for me it's almost impossible in Bulgaria. There is no people playing, so I have to rely on internet. But in Pakistan, if you can play offline, it's way better. The connection is not that good, for what I know, first, and second, you have the players. Like, it really takes two people to become good at this game, because as long as you have somebody that is training with you, you can play, like, everybody can play at least 3-4 characters. You can become very good. You need two people to play to become good. You don't need 10 or 20 or 30 or 40 people.
So
You need
you
two
are
people
just
that are good motivation.
so you are just saying we have some kind of a good motivation first, then I have a practice partner to learn the game, and then we are good to go.
Yes.
So that's the kind of advice you wanna go with the. That's the advice you wanna give to the new players who is new to competitive scene.
Okay, things that I want to see was new to competitive scene. First of all, don't be. There are a lot of things I want to say. Okay.
Go ahead, we
So-
have a lot of time.
Okay, so first of all, never forget to enjoy the game, because if you play only with the aim of becoming the best but without enjoying the game, you cannot become the best, in my opinion. Like, if you don't have passion, you cannot become good. Okay, you cannot do it only to become the best. You need to do it because you enjoy it. If you lose that, it's actually useless to become even the best. Well, what's the point of becoming the best in something you don't like? Why you do that? It's wasted time. So do it only if you love it. This is first. Second, if you find somebody that you can train together, good, very good. And never find excuses. What I mean is, I see a lot of people saying, I don't win because my character is bad, your character is good. Or my character is too hard, your character is easy. These are all excuses, because you can choose every single character in the game and just develop that. If you think your character is holding you back while you're using you, it's futile. Don't find excuses. And another thing, unless you are like top 5 in the world or top 10, every character is the same. Real. Because the every player that is not top 5 or top 10 has real weakness. Very strong weaknesses. So you can win with every single character. Just look at me. I use it Katarina all the time simply because it was my character. Because she's good. Like, she's very good now, and I'm lucky for that. But in season 3 she wasn't good. I was still using her, and I did good even in season 3. So I got third place in a challenger beating Jondi in season 3 with Katarina, and it was very bad, Katarina. So it's just a matter of, like, yourself. It's useless to complain about the characters. And it's a bad mentality to have. Always think if you lose, it's your fault. It's not the character fault. If you win, it's also thanks to your character. You need to think that your character carries you. This way you can think positively. If you think your character doesn't carry you, you're just thinking like a loser, then you will not win. So it's always better to think that your character carries you. This is very important, no matter the character. And the other thing is, always related to character. Take a character you like, enjoy it, and it's way more important to learn to play matchups your character against all the others characters than to learn the combos of 50 characters. You don't need to know how to play 50 characters offense. You need to know how to play against 50 characters. So it's better to learn all the matchups with one character than actually learning like 10 characters just for the combos without knowing the defense. Okay, it's way better to focus on being a character specialist, especially if you have a job like me, or 2 jobs like me, and you have no time or you have a family. You don't have the time to develop too many characters. So it's okay to play 1-2 characters maximum, and to learn the matchups against all the other characters, instead of learning to play 30, 40, 50 characters.
50 characters. Yeah, right.
Okay.
And what are your memorable moments of TWT?
Yeah. What? Sorry. What
was your memorable moments? It's a kind of a memory.
The voice. You had to. Did you? I think you could see in some videos the voices like people saying my name all the time. At the end, even if I lose or win,
Girlanda.
people were singing my nickname, Girlanda. And
Yeah, we were hearing the chant, and that crowd was electric. I tell you, that was an amazing atmosphere. I wish I could be there. Yeah, that was very overwhelming. We could see your emotions coming out when you were on the stage and you were pointing towards your family. That was amazing.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes.
It was all the experience was better, but like hearing all the people supporting you is just it's I don't know how to say it's just an amazing feeling. It's just what do you say? It doesn't have oh my god, I don't find a word in English. I'm sorry. It's because English is not my first language. It's just worth everything in your life, like to hear that all that people surrounding you, cheering for you, supporting you. It's an amazing moment. It's special, really special.
I just want to know, how do you stay focused and kind of manage your nerves at high pressure? Like was you are fighting the Arsalan Ash.
Mm-hmm.
You are fighting with the Arsalan Ash. How do you control that pressure? Because his basic fundamentals are too strong. Even if me could not bear that at the first EVO that he wins.
There is a thing that changed a lot also for Arslan, not only for me. When Arslan was the first time at EVO, people didn't know him, so he was kind of like underdog. People knew he was strong, but he was still not considered by a lot like the best player in the world because he still had to win. He was still underdog, and now it's not like that. Now Arslan is considered by a lot of people like the strongest.
Arslan is our pride.
I was the underdog, you know. I studied Arslan, but I know Arslan was probably prefers to study the favorites to win, not me. I knew that in a matter of studying the opponent, I knew more about him than him about me, because I know that. And the other thing is, I always think no matter who I face, I can lose to everybody, I can win versus everybody. There are no real hierarchies. These are all just mental limits you put. Like if you think your opponent is too strong, why do you even try? Don't think like that. You have to think that you can win them. Remember, it's a first to 2. It's not first to 100. It's first to 2. It's PlayStation 4, where a lot of people actually don't play on PlayStation 4 but play online on PC, which is totally different. It's like a different game. Myself as well, I play more on PC because I play online.
You can say sorry, I'm cutting you. You can say that it's a matter of FPS, which is locked at PS4 rather than the PC. There are a lot of differences, timing and kind of stuff.
There is a lot of difference in timings, for sure. So some moves are better on PS4. Some characters are better on PS4. Katarina, I believe, is better on PS4, for example, than PC. And but in general, like you have to think, they're all humans, and you know, who had the pressure more, me or Arslan? Because like imagine if I lose, people would just say, "Oh, well, you lost to Arslan, it's okay." If you lose to Girlanda, it will be people saying, "Oh my God, like he lost to Girlanda," it will be an upset. So he had more pressure than me, actually, most probably. You always have to think that you can win versus everybody, but actually being underdog for me, it's better because I actually love the pressure. I love to play versus people that is stronger than me. I prefer to play versus people that everybody considers stronger than me.
So you're saying is like being an underdog gave you a sort of an edge over the other competitors who are well known in the community.
I mean, for me, it's an advantage being an underdog, 100%. I prefer to be an underdog. Actually, the hard part is not like, oh yeah, what I did probably is hard and you don't see much, but it's way harder to make like 3, 4, 5 tournaments in a row and you always reach top 8 than doing one tournament, one very big performance in a single tournament. Because being consistent for 4 or 5 tournaments in a row, it's actually way harder because people will do you more, you have to fight more opponents, you will not always be the underdog. While at one event, like what happened to me, I was still an underdog. So the pressure is, I think it was in my favor, the pressure. Plus, I actually am one of that person that play better when people watch me. Don't play.
Okay. So my next question is, what do you think about the actually? As we know, the Tekken is a 3D game. So a lot of the time when we see characters like Akuma and Geese playing at higher level, or in general in rank, people who plays those characters get a lot of hate. So as we know, Atif Bhatt won the tournament with while playing with. Well, he used other characters, but he most of the time he was playing Aguma, and that's not even his main character. His main is, as we know from older Tekken games, his main is Steve, and he is like in Pakistan he's called the real life Mekujin of the game. So he plays Leo, he plays Steve, he plays Jin, he plays a lot of characters. So even his Gigas is very good, which is considered like bottom 5 on the tier list. So but he was getting a lot of hate. I was watching the streams. He was getting a lot of hates. He was getting booed online because he played Akuma. Oh, it's a 2D character. He's carried by the 2D character. Even the people saw him playing other character, but still he was getting hate because he was playing an 2D character from another game. So, what do you think about these characters in the game? What's your take on this?
Opinion.
I simply think it's wrong to say that they are from another game because they are in the game. So,
yeah.
They're in Tekken, so you can play them. As I said before, in the moment you think I lose because your character is stronger than mine, okay, just change character. Like it's a loser mentality to think that
your character is good, my character is bad.
You know, it's so if Atif, first of all, I mean I know Atif. Like a lot of people in chat maybe don't play the game like professionally. They watch maybe events, but maybe they don't know all the background. I know Atif probably can beat me with 40 characters out of 50 in this game, if not with 50 out of 50. So I know he's very strong with everybody. I saw him playing a lot, and I know how strong he is.
Yeah, he beat Anakin with Leo, which is like you don't see him playing Leo almost at all. He don't use that character very much. He specifically chose that character against Leo, and he did very well. Still, people think that he's carried by the character.
He's super strong. He's super strong with everybody. The reason he chose Akuma is because he considers Akuma for the finals the strongest, and the way he use him is very good. So why not? Why should limit himself because people on a Twitch chat is saying that he's not playing a character? Why he should refuse to win the world final with the character just because a random person that is watching from I don't know his toilet in home the finals is telling Akuma is not good. Like what's the point? Why he
Fair
should
enough.
be bothered by that? Why
Yeah,
he should
fair
be
enough.
bothered by that? He shouldn't be bothered by that. And like Akuma is in the game.
Yeah.
I can actually pick him. I don't pick him because I'm not good enough. But if I could
Yeah.
pick him and win because I had the skills, I would do it. Just it's not the character for me. But I mean, I don't like the mechanics of Akuma. I'm the first one that I don't want him to return in Tekken 8. But this is not the reason not to use him in Tekken 7. Like he's part of the game. Is they say he's a guest, but actually he's in the game. It's not like he had to ask a permit or anything. He's in the game. He's even in the story is actually canon as well. So even on a storyline point of view, he's part of Tekken now because he's a friend of Kazumi. So I mean, yeah, I'm the first one not to like in the mechanics, and the first one to think that the balance of Akuma is horrible because I don't like a lot like the fact that things that a lot of people don't consider. Like people consider yes, he has a 10 frame punch, yes, he does down 3. For me, the real thing is that he can do from a distance down 2 or down 3 into the Hado, and if it whiff, the Hado doesn't even come. No, because it's a 2D mechanic. He can buffer the impact of the Hado, and if it's not on hit, it just doesn't do it. That's the thing that I hate the most about thing. But it's part of the game. I mean, I can personally not liking it. I went to a tournament, signed as a competitor. I know as a competitor that for the rules you can use Akuma, so why I should then cry if I lose to an Akuma? It's my fault, and that's it. That's it.
Yeah.
So everything else is just people that likes to complain because a lot of people just like to complain. That's it.
Okay, so
Just
my
kidding.
next question is, what changes Tekken 7 TWT competition brings to your life?
Sorry,
Like
can you repeat?
before the tournament, what was your life, and after, what was it? You got
My
your
life.
fan base, etc.
And ironically, I play more Tekken now than before because I now have a lot more people following me and asking me. So I started to stream more, started to upload videos way more regularly on my channel. I have a YouTube channel, I call it Girlanda, and I have a Twitch,
Subscribe to
so
that.
I started to train there. And yeah, I mean, unironically, I play more now than before the finals. But I play more actually in just like ranked. That I'm not actually preparing for any tournaments because the way TWT 2023 is happening, without a sponsor is almost impossible to compete because the points will be collected globally. So it means I have to travel the world again, and it's impossible without a sponsor. With a family, it's something I cannot do. So I'm more playing. For example, I'm now developing a guide. I didn't release it yet. I hope to release in the next days a guide of Julia for the combos. I mean, I'm doing more content creation than before, a lot more. And I had a lot of interviews, by the way, just like this one, something that I was not used to before. And yeah, I'm trying to find ways to make Tekken even more part of my life than it was before. It's just very hard because I still have to work way harder than what I do to start to get like even an economic return on these things, which without it it's impossible to commit to it full time. It's impossible to just go full time without an economic return. So for now what I'm doing, I'm grinding a lot. Like I keep working, but in the night I'm doing videos, I'm doing streams, etc. Something that before I was not doing. For now, I still like to do it. So until I can do it, I will keep doing this. I really like it.
Actually, the next question is actually sort of related to what you said. As you said, you're still working hard on your job because obviously you have to provide for your family and your beautiful daughter that we just saw moments ago. So you're working very hard, you're grinding very hard. So how do you manage the work-life balance between playing the game and between the work, and
Giving
you
time your
obviously
family.
have to provide some time for the family as well.
Yeah. It's hard. It's very hard. Like what I'm sacrificing at the moment is a lot of sleep. What I'm
Yeah.
doing is, yes, what I'm doing is basically, well, weekends they're the easiest part because I have two jobs, but both jobs are Monday to Friday. So Saturday and Sunday I'm free and I can schedule better what I want to do in the week, and actually do a lot, even in terms of content creation. Or like today, today I didn't do much, but yesterday I did a lot of edits on videos. For example, yesterday night, I slept because also with the fasting, it's Ramadan, so it's easier to sleep in the day, to fight the hunger, and then I went out with my family and just relaxed. That's okay. But then during week, what I do is normally Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, I dedicate nights to the game when I finish to work. So I finish to work around 11 or midnight. Normally I start at 9, then I do 9 to 6 in office. Then I take my daughter, return home, have dinner, and then I start the second job. And normally for 11 or midnight I'm done. And I work. I go on Tekken after that until around 3-4 a.m. Then Tuesday and Thursday I don't do Tekken. I sleep. Otherwise, it's impossible. Like I need some sleep because otherwise I cannot always sleep 3-4 hours per night.
And here I
So
have
until now,
I
sorry.
have only one job as a game developer, and I was thinking my the competitive dream to playing Tekken is over, and you are
Yeah.
doing with
It's
two
hard. It's
jobs
hard.
and won,
It's
almost
hard.
won the
It's hard.
TWT.
As I say,
Ah,
like the tricks is actually time management. Like you need to learn to optimize your timing for everything. Like when I can, for example, in my day job, if I have a dead time, because like I have no meetings or there are no emergencies, I just go and see if I can do something related to my video edits via Canva, because Canva is online, so I can do it from both my desktop at home and the laptop at work. Or like during the lunch break, I watch videos, for example. So when I can, I try to optimize the timings as soon as possible. I never have time for something else. What I mean is, a lot of people, watch TV series, play other games. I don't know, go to watch movies. I removed all of that from my life, at least from 2-3 years. And honestly, some people might think, you basically don't have free time. It's true, but Tekken, I cannot consider it a job. I simply dedicate my free time to Tekken, and that's it. You cannot consider Tekken a job if you don't
so
see the return. So
yep, that's true.
it,
What
that,
was
I just,
your sorry, I'm cutting you. What was your wife's reaction when you tell her I wanna play the competitive Tekken? So what was her
so
first reaction?
well, the first time it was, when was it? Like, I mean, she knows that I play Tekken since we were together. I was already playing when we came together, but at some point after some tournament, it was very very long time ago. I think Tekken Tag, something like that. So long time ago, Tekken Tag. He said, "No, Joe, this is your last," because I did bad. She said, "No, this is your last tournament. It's a waste of time." And then I had my friends, because she was coming to tournaments. I had my friends saying, arguing with her, "No, it's his passion. You cannot remove a passion for somebody." Yeah. And then when I start win, she said, actually she also liked to because when I go to a tournament, I travel, no? So we travel the city. So she likes that. So she's fine with that. And now she fully support me all the time. All the time she fully support me. Like it's years now that she fully support me. And even more important than that, like now I'm an adult, so she supports me. It's amazing, and we can travel together. It's fantastic, and I'm really really happy about it because it's it's a big part, I think, the support of your family. Even more than that, this is something that happened now, like that I'm an adult. But when I started, and I was like 16, 17, to travel, 2009, 2010, my parents support, because without that, a lot of people, do one to tournaments, then their parents say, stop it, focus on real things. That's not something you can do. And people never even experience 2 or 3 years of Tekken because of that. Or anyway, they play, but their mental health is bad, because when they play, they feel guilty that their family hate the fact that they play. So I consider myself super lucky that both with my parents and my wife, I've always had the support when I needed. So I'm very lucky.
You have to thank to God you're not born in Pakistan.
Sorry?
You have to thank God you don't born
I
in
was
Pakistan.
in Pakistan.
Because-
Yeah, I imagine
Because
but
if
trust
you
me, not only
if you
Pakistan.
play the Tekken or any other game at the arcade, your father come to that place, beat you up first, then take you home with him, and always advise not to go there.
Yeah.
We
No,
all
no,
have
it's
that
something
kind of childhood trauma.
it's actually very common, not only in Pakistan. Like,
It's there common also.
I kind of consider myself an exception. Like, a lot of people but even me, like, actually, I was very strong in terms of. I think you need to be strong and believe in what you do, because even if I had the support of my parents, for example, at school, people were mocking me because I was 16 years old, 17 years old, and instead of doing like going to parties with people, I would go for a weekend in another city of Europe to play a video game. And like my high school, the people in the same school as me, they were mocking me. Even the teachers sometimes were saying, "Really, you are traveling for video games?" They said, I just didn't care. Like I did it the same. But it wasn't easy in that sense, because you have people that mock you, especially if you're a teenager, and as a teenager you don't know yourself. Like you still don't know what you really want. It's very easy to be influenced by people around you. So when people were mocking me for my passion, it wasn't that easy. But I was strong enough, and the fact that in the end I found very good friends also in the game helped a lot. I think it's very important that you have friends when you play the game. Very important. This helps a lot.
That's good to hear. And my next question is how you adapt your the other opponent play style if you don't know him. First of all, how you adapt the other's play style if you don't know him. For example, how you keep your nerve calm.
Very hard. It's very hard. It's very hard, because especially in tournaments, first to two, you don't have the time. You don't have the time, so that the thing you can do, there are two main things you can do. Either you play super safe,
Okay.
and you just try to bait the opponent, or you do exactly the opposite. You play every single setup you can. But doing the second, it's actually not recommended for me. Like, I lost sometimes because I just went all in all the time for no reasons. I could play more educated, let's say I could risk less, and I still decide to risk a lot. And it's not that it's better actually to always try to trap people with safe setups, like back. The back is the strongest move in there, so you can do like one move back, and then if they whiff, you launch them, like this.
Okay. So, do you prefer to play offensively or defensively more?
I would say defensively.
Defensively.
I
Why?
prefer, yeah, but because, as I said before, I think the best move in the game is actually back.
The
Like
defensive part.
because
That doing the back
what
dash.
happens if you go back? Worst case scenario, if you go back, You don't get hit, I mean, worst case scenario, you lose some damage you could do to the opponent, but you don't get any damage doing that, so you can still survive. If you go offense all the time, and for example you go for a low and they do a low parry, it's 50 damage, so 40-50 damage, so it's way more risky to attack than to defend. It's harder to defend. It's way harder. Way harder. But I mean, you can probably see that the lowest level, the strongest thing is the attack. Nobody knows how to defend. The strongest thing is the attack. And defense comes, and the mid level, and attack is still stronger, but defense gain importance. And then the highest level, defense is almost everything, and attack becomes so weak. Like when I play versus people like Daniel Mado or Arslan or Ni, it's normal. When you attack, you're actually afraid to attack, because you know that pressing buttons makes you, every time you press a button, you actually risk more than what you can get. And that's why the best button is back. When you do back, don't risk to die. So defensively, I would say. Even if I'm not a defensive player itself all the time, you need to be a mix. You cannot be only defense or all offense. You need to balance. But I feel I prefer defense over offense.
Okay, so how do you pressure the other opponent to press a button while playing defensively?
Very small poke. And play a lot with the opponent's mind. What I mean is forward, back, forward, back. Don't make them understand your timings if you can. It's very hard. Timings are almost everything in Tekken 7. So the timings are very important. You understand the timing of your opponent, you can counter him so much. Like if you see me versus Arslan, I made a lot of counters. I read his timings better than he did with me. So
Exactly.
the timings are very, very important. And like you can condition the opponent by doing very small move. I love to do like down 4, back. After down 4, the press button and you do back, you can launch with top kick, for example. So things like this. And the other thing, I love to use throws. If you see, I do a lot of throws, even if Katarina is not a throw, is not a grappler, is not kicking. She has no strong throws. But I still love to do throws because there are two things about throws that are very strong. One, in tournament, if people is nervous and they got it even one time from a throw, mental damage is way higher than 30 damage. It's actually makes people a lot more nervous. And the other thing, if you don't like the way you are playing, the rhythm of the game, throw is like a moment where you can actually break the rhythm. Because after throw, characters are more distant, and so everything that happened before doesn't really matter. It's like in a box match when the two hug and the referee has to split the fighters. A throw does that. It is a little break inside the game to think more. So I like to do that.
Okay, so the next question is, I really want to know about your motivation. What keeps you motivated to play it?
I love the
Like
game.
after doing the 2 jobs every day, what makes you motivated to play the Tekken at the last off to keep your game up?
I just love that. I have fun with the game. I feel playing with somebody Tekken is like talking a new language, where you and your opponent exchange a dialogue. It's something like that. I like to see it this way. And so if you start to have a very good dialogue, because your opponent understands your offense, but you also understand your opponent's offense, you start to see ways that you want to elaborate more and more strategies. It helps, makes your brain still stay active. And I don't know, I feel it's just have fun. Seriously. it's my way to have fun. I don't have fun, as I said, I don't have fun if I watch a TV series most of the time. but I have fun playing Tekken. So. The other thing I love this
So,
game.
so that actually, obviously, your the passion and all that is great. What we are looking for is sometimes you feel so down, like you're online, as you said, you play online. So it's maybe not the case with you, but for beginners like us, you're playing online session, everything's going great, but then something clicks and you suddenly start to lose and you get frustrated, right? A lot of frustration, and you how do you advise to keep your calm and
Motivation
keep
up.
your nerves settled to keep the momentum going in your favor?
I feel like mm, the thing that makes me more frustrated is not itself when I lose, but the netcode when like I don't find opponents or or if I don't know an opponent that was 5 bar and then suddenly it becomes 2 bars or like the game quit for
Yeah,
abnormality.
no one knows that better than us Pakistanis. We face a lot of that.
We
That's
literally
something
hate
that
Wi-Fi players. We literally hate Wi-Fi players.
no Wi-Fi I don't accept. So it's
We literally hate Wi-Fi players just because they went for
Wi-Fi.
5 bars to 1 bar, and they
Yeah.
keep using long.
Yeah, I know. It's a meme.
It's not a
No,
meme.
no.
It's an actual reality. They are using
I know.
the
I know. I mean, it's so real that it became a meme because so much people shared the same view.
Yeah.
Like everybody experienced that. It became
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't
You know
know.
that's the main reason we banned the Wi-Fi players from our server. We had to actually so many people were complaining in the server, so we had to actually ban the Wi-Fi players from getting into our tournaments and
Yeah, it
stuff
makes
like that.
sense. It makes sense. But anyway, these are things that makes me frustrated. Like mistakes from the game itself, from the netcode itself. So not be able to find people, even if there is other people that I see it's online, or fake connections or abnormalities that quit the game suddenly. But playing versus
Yeah.
somebody, even if I lose, actually sometimes I'm happier to lose than to win. I think you can see a very recent stream I had. This was a guy, which in the end I didn't know, but they confirmed me he was a cheater. I thought it was actually a very strong player, but he was a cheater. But I still, even if I lose, I kept playing because I was trying to fight. I don't play to win, okay? I literally don't care at all if I win or lose online. Only thing I care to win is tournament. Outside tournament, I can lose 10-0, I'll be the happiest man in the world because I can learn something every time I lose. So you cannot be stronger if you only win. It's impossible. Like maximum you remain the same skill, but if you keep winning, you don't improve. So you need to lose. So when you play online, I really don't care at all about winning or losing. So if I lose 10 times in a row, I'll be fine. I'll be fine. Like okay, sometimes I say, I see that low, I saw that low, I ducked and I didn't duck even if I ducked. Like you know, like when you duck something and you still get hit, and it's frustrating. Yes, on the moment, yeah, but in general, I'm not frustrated. Like throwing a pad, like taking the pad and throwing. It's not something normal. Like I see people that are actually the thing that makes me very angry when I saw that. To be honest.
Well,
People
whenever I try to break a controller, I suddenly realize that it's almost about $200. No, I'm not gonna throw that.
No, yeah.
Instead,
I mean,
I'm gonna punch on the wall.
there were things I really hated was like on social media more than once. It happened to me. See people that not only they rage for the game, but they destroy something, and what they do after they destroy it, they take a photo, put public on social media like they are proud. Like I saw people posting their broken arcade stick after they broke it for an online session, or people posting the picture of, I remember this, it was Tekken Tag days. Somebody posted the picture of the broken Bluetooth, what was the name? The CD of Tekken Tag 2. Not Bluetooth, what was the name? Blu-ray. the broken Blu-ray of the game. Like, are you proud of that? You just
Wasted your money.
Just getting some attention. That's it.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, are you happy to show the world that you are so childish you cannot control your anger? What's good about that? It's crazy for me.
That's actually a great point, and I never thought about on this view. That's actually a great point.
It's a great.
It's
It's
also a
actually
matter
a
of-
great point, and we have to give this advice to our friend called Dark Evil.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you have anger issues, just don't play the game, because if you become angry for a game, it means it's not a game for you. It might be an addiction. Just like gambling can be an
It's
addiction, smoking can be an addiction.
in
If the game
Pakistan.
becomes an addiction, it's not a game anymore. It's not healthy for you. Don't play it.
Let
I mean,
me
I
tell
know
you
it
something.
because I don't talk only for this. Like, for example, there was a moment in 2012 I started to play League of Legends, and I realized it was more an addiction than a. So I stopped, because if something become an addiction, it's never good. It's never good. So luckily for me, Tekken is not an addiction. But in the moment I realized it will become an addiction, probably I will be strong enough to say to quit, because things that become an addiction are never good. Never good. On a ranked, when even if you become the first in the world in the ranks, don't win anything. Who knows that it's only your ego that you can see that in the leaderboard you're first. But who cares? It doesn't matter. You didn't arrive first at any tournament. Who cares about that? No. So it's actually, I understand that you can have a sort of reaction like that during the finals. I'm also very passionate. Like you saw I was crying.
Yeah.
That was
So-
an epic moment for us also. We are appreciating you. Deserve that, man. I literally almost commented that particularly you deserve that on your every social media. To be very honest, and you literally deserve that.
Yeah, we were kind of actually we are from Pakistan, so naturally we were supporting and rooting for Pakistani players. So, but there was a moment that one moment we didn't even know who was Girlanda, and then there was a moment then we were cheering for you to get to the finals and stuff. Yeah,
Thank
that
you.
was a special moment indeed.
Thank you.
And Girlanda, thank you for coming. You are the first pro in the series. I hope you will get your success in your life, in your Tekken career. You will get the sponsors as soon as possible. And thank you for coming. Thank you for giving us your time. So inshallah, we met again, and we will have a session with you while playing the Tekken if you want. If you give us your more time.
We can try. We can try.
We-
I'm actually I got invited a few times to come to Pakistan. It's just
Man,
super hard
I'm literally
to
gonna give you an invitation. Gonna give you an invitation to come to Pakistan as soon as possible.
thank you. But like the problem is, it's so hard to find the time, because like imagine I have to take annual leaves, this job, and there are also tournaments that they want to go. How can I? But I have 20 days per year free, so
Yeah.
it's very hard. Very hard to balance.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Maybe there is
just
Sakura Cup. I might consider coming the same period. It might have more sense to have something like that. But
Most welcome.
I really need to see how involved I will be with this year TWT, because as I said before, I'm almost moving more on a content creator side than competitive, because it's just the like, I know it's very materialistic, okay, to talk like this, but the amount of money and time I have to spend for Tekken World Tour, the amount of money I can win from Tekken World Tour, is not worth. And I have also to think about a family. I cannot think only about. I'm not a 20 years old guy that can do whatever he wants with the money. Like, I have to pay the school, I have to pay the rent. So it's very hard to just this year that they become global again. Just think, okay, I will do EVO, then I will do SEO, then I will go to I don't know, Rav Major, then I go Tiger Uppercut, then I will go to Mix Up, then I will go to Berlin Tekken Clash, and like the amount of money you need to travel is insanely high.
Indeed.
Oh,
The real
and
issue.
to win what? To win what? Even at EVO they announced $25,000 as a prize pool, and so first we'll get around $10,000. If I go with me, my wife, and my baby at Las Vegas, I will spend $10,000 only going. So what I win if I win all EVO will be just pay myself the trip. It's very hard.
Yeah.
Hope you will get the sponsor as soon as possible.
And the other
Yeah.
thing is, I'm actually lucky because I have anyway good jobs and I can afford myself to travel at least in Europe. But consider like all the players you got in Pakistan that are super good, because I'm sure I'm the fourth in the world only because of one tournament, not because I'm really the fourth in the world. I'm sure there are a lot of people that are way stronger than me around, and in Pakistan especially there are a lot. So I really hope there will be a way to actually have more people from Pakistan be able to compete, because I know like the travels are very expensive, then there are visa issues, so it's really tough for Pakistan to be able to be represented with all their talents, all the Pakistani talents. Like we have so many players, we only see like the most famous one around because they were good, very strong, and also lucky enough to be able to get the visas. I really wish one day it will be easier.
And after this, thank you, Girlanda, for your
Bro.
time. Again, you are the first on this channel to add my series Talk with Pros. I will make sure I release this episode as soon as possible so we can
No problem.
start this series with your episode, with your pace, which I wanted the most at the first series. And when you replied, my happiness was on another level. And thank you for doing the episode.
No problem. No problem.
So this is Dr. Panishan. I'm signing out. Allah Hafiz.
No problem. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much,
Just a
everybody.